welcome to a special FGH After Dark live stream edition. I got a couple things to talk to you tonight about. Before I get into that, don't go anywhere. If you are not into football, if you're not into betting football, I guarantee you know somebody who is. Share with them, tag someone in this video, send it to them, do them a favor. Because like if this person I'm assuming you like, or why would you even know them? I don't know why you know someone you don't like. You want to help them. And let's face it, most people suck at betting on football. Most people suck at betting in period. So help them out. FGH, we're here to help you. Help your friend. Send it to them, and we can help them make money this upcoming football season. We got a couple months to go still. So get them ready for the football season. And let's face it, to say that you don't know someone that bets on football, that's like saying, I don't know anybody that watches porn. We know that's bullshit. We know you watch porn. We know you're using porn. We know you're betting on football. So let's get with it, and let's help us help them. So send it to your buddies that watch football, that bet on football. If you don't think they bet on football, if they really watch a lot of football, they're fucking betting on football. I promise you. So send it to them. Get them ready for the upcoming football season. And at the bottom of the screen here, you see all the ways to connect with us. The best way is right there at patreon.com/bet_FGH. You can sign up, become a free member, cost you nothing. We will earn your business. I promise you. Use the free picks that we put out on there, and I guarantee you will want more. You will be coming for more FGH premium picks, and we'll be there to help you out and bust up those bookies all season long. Before we get into anything else, let me just real quick hit our sponsor, and let me get their banner because, let's get this out of the way because I have been drinking and I will forget. So, TexasTelehealth.com. They're our favorite sponsor. We love them. They are there to take care of all of your needs. Nobody wants to go to the doctor. Literally no one wants to go. Like, unless you literally have green pus coming out of your dang for bad decisions you make on a Saturday or Friday night, even then you don't have to go to the doctor. Call, just Zoom up, TexasTelehealth.com. Dr. West will hook you up. You don't have to go in. You don't have to get that knife or tooth or, Q-tip stuck up your dang to get it fixed. He'll give you the meds to fix it without having to go through that. We've all been there. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't know. I'm not gonna divulge that information. But if you do, then you can get that fixed without having to go to the doctor. That's an extreme example. He also obviously takes care of all your normal needs like the cold, the flu. He even takes care of the fatties. Ozempic. You want Ozempic? TexasTelehealth.com. Dr. West will take care of you. So with that out of the way, I hope Dr. West doesn't get mad about that not exactly proper ad read, but I'm sure he understands. It's a Sunday night. It's getting after dark. We've got some weather coming in. I'm sure it's okay. Before we get into the couple things that I want to talk about, and I've got a couple videos pulled up on YouTube that we're going to go over. The Frank Ragnow retiring situation. I wanted to get a good deep dive on that. Haven't done that yet. And also the Aaron Rodgers officially signing with Pittsburgh. So I've got a video pulled on that we can get into. But before we do that, my business partner at FGH, Bo Cephas, we had a discussion on the radio show, the FGH radio show on Fishbowl Radio Networks, which you can find every Saturday mornings, 10 to 11 a.m. at Fishbowl Radio Network. Be sure to tune in and make that part of your schedule. We had a discussion on the Minnesota Vikings that apparently got some it was polarizing, apparently. So, and we're just really not that far off on the way that we're viewing it. We're just attacking it from two different ways. Bo Cephas is a very analytical, numbers-driven handicapper, and he views it a certain way. I come at it with a different angle, and sometimes we disagree. And the good part about that is we can use both sides to kind of get a good come to a good consensus. But sometimes we're just going to be on the opposite sides, and that makes for good content. So to be selfish, let's use this content because it's going to be good and it's honest. This isn't like fake ass first take where Bo Cephas is you having a fake side, I'm having a fake side, and we're having a disagreement just to build up content. This is actually real. I'm going to be on the over for Minnesota because I believe in the roster, I believe in the coach, which means I believe in the quarterback, JJ Arrington. JJ McCarthy, sorry. Good Lord, Arrington, that's the old Detroit Lions quarterback, JJ McCarthy. So I'm buying into all that. basically because I saw Sam Darnold, who I don't think is a very good quarterback, go win 14 games. So do I think that JJ can go win 10? I do. Now, Bo Stevens is attacking from an analytical aspect, and you can go back and listen to our podcast or the radio show, and you can get his full breakdown of that. But basically, the numbers say it's hedging slightly to the under, I think is what he said. I think he had him at like 8 wins, 8-point-something wins, which landed in the under area. So we're just going to be on different sides of that, and that's fine. But the fact that it's so polarizing, I just wanted to kind of like reiterate the reasons that I'm taking them, and it really just comes down to the coach and the roster. So like I said, with Sam Darnold being on that roster last year, and I think this roster this year is better. Again, we talked about the show, but center guard this year for Minnesota is better than center guard that they had last year. Depending on the rookie left guard, Donovan Jackson, who they drafted in the first round out of Ohio State. If he's anything like what he's supposed to be, and let's face it, when you're taking offensive linemen, offensive lineman in the first round is a pretty good hit rate. It just is. Like it doesn't have the randomness of other positions. So I feel good that he can at least be adequate level starter there. And they brought in Ryan Kelly from Indianapolis and Will Fries from Indianapolis. Is it Will Fries? Is it Will Freeze? I don't know. Nobody cares. He's a guard. You can mispronounce his name and nobody gives two fucks. So, but those are all upgrades. Those are upgrades from what they had last year to go with Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill, the 2-tackle package that they have that might be in the top 5 in the NFL. Like Darrisaw is a top 2 or 3 period tackle, and Brian O'Neill has been a very, very solid tackle for a very long time. So they're way up there. So if they can get some good stability in the middle of that line, protect JJ to go along with the weapons that they have, I really like what they got going on. On top of the fact that the offensive-minded head coach has never had the what JJ brings to the offense, which will be his legs. So JJ's not Lamar Jackson. He's like Daniel Jones, like the best version of Daniel Jones. Well, for my bet, he has to be the best version of Daniel Jones. So someone that can, if the play breaks down, if the structure breaks down, he can get outside of structure and still make things happen downfield with his arm breaking containment, or just go ahead and just take off and go get the first down and keep the chains moving. So in the defense, Brian Flores, we've talked about him on the podcast many times. Like I love that he can take a bunch of guys, quote unquote guys, and still have one of the better defenses in the league. And they just keep adding to that. Good draft picks. They brought in Javon Hargrave from San Francisco to shore up that middle. Like this is Jonathan Allen from the Redskins. They really loaded up on that front of the defense to go along with what they've been building on the second and third level. So I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer on Minnesota, and that's just going to be the way it is. So with that out of the way, let's get to the Frank Ragnow discussion, and let's pot up the actually, before we do that, let's go over Frank Ragnow's career here. I got his draft profile picked up. 6'5", 312 pounds. This was all his combine measurements. Was projected as a high second round pick. Went in the first round. Went number, I think, 18 or 20 in the first round to Detroit. Ended up making second team All-Pro 3 times. Pro Bowler 4 times, and only I think a 7-year career. So this guy was clearly on track to have a Hall of Fame career, no doubt about it. I pulled up some of his highlights, and I just wanted to play this real quick because I think it's going to be an interesting watch for sure. Let me see if I can get this.
Center, Arkansas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah, great. I'm excited. Thanks for having me. Crazy, right?
That's a young Frank Ragnow.
Hey guys, I'm Frank Ragnow, and I'm so excited to be here. Dream come true, and I couldn't be more happy to be part of Detroit and excited to get to work.
The big new addition, number 77 of left
Look at this
guard,
guy get to the
Frank
second
Ragnow.
level.
Turns, hit for LeGarrette Blount, finds the crease, into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah, give it to the big fatty to spike the ball. That's what we
Just
do,
goes
baby.
out there and he's as steady as can be. Smart,
Yeah.
strong,
Bites kneecaps.
powerful. Can do everything for us.
He bites
That's what he
kneecaps.
does.
Great
Yeah.
job,
There
Frank.
you go. Hey, good
Willing
job.
to lay
Good
it
way
on
to
the
bite those
line. He
kneecaps.
believes he can, and he trusts himself, and he trusts those guys next to him.
Look at that. Already looking at the second
It's
level.
just there's nothing
It's
easy
a
about
beast.
that.
Hey, let's go, Super. Have a day, dog.
Ball takes the direct snap, gives to Jamal, into the end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah. There's the big spike. Big spike. So what when you watch centers, let me go ahead and take this up. So when you watch centers, everything's so fucking fast. Like their recognition, they're the brains of the offensive line. Let's just face it. They're the ones that actually have to have mental capacity along with the physical. And what you notice with Frank, and what you notice like his entire career going back to college, is very quick recognition. First step, always the best, like the right step in the right position. It's so fast at center, like just a simple, shield block that lets you peel off to the second level. It's just he was a technician. He was fantastic at it, and they obviously knew that he was retiring, and that's why they drafted a couple of offensive linemen in the second and fifth round, I think, because they need to prepare for this. Because as of right now, I've got the roster pulled up, and again, they're going to have a new center guard tandem, kind of, because as of right now, Graham Glasgow, who started some last year for Detroit, he was trending towards being like your swing interior guy. He can play a little backup center. He can play a little backup guard, and that would have been a great asset to have as a 4 or 5 year starter in this league that can now kind of transition into being your swing interior backup. He might be forced into starting role now back at guard because they're going to kick Tate Ratledge, the second round draft pick out of Georgia. He was guard at Georgia. They're going to give him the first shot at center. So a lot of moving pieces here. And then let's not forget that Christian Mahogany, who they drafted last year in the 6th round, is slated to start at left guard. Now, he played, I don't know, 3 or 4 games maybe last year, showed really well. Like I was high on this prospect coming out of Boston College in the 2024 draft. He slid to the 6th round for, I don't know if it was health issues, but he did miss like the first 10 to 15 weeks of the off season and into the season with an illness. So that was probably like a medical red flag that nobody knew about except for the teams. Obviously, the doctors of the teams know what's going on. And it's probably why he slipped to the 6th round when he should have been a 2nd or 3rd round prospect. He played and graded out really well. You can go look at his PFF scores for last year and the handful of games that he played really well. But again, it was 3 or 4 games. So you got to count him as a question mark along with Ratledge, who's never played in the NFL, and Graham Glasgow, who his play has been slipping in the NFL over the last couple of years, which is why he was best suited now to be your swing interior player. So that's all this to say. And then that's not even bringing up the Detroit defense, which has question marks, new defensive coordinator, which I was not high on Aaron Glenn, but still a lot of new. So the Minnesota pick, I'm okay with it because you're picking between Chicago that has a lot of new parts, a lot of new coaches. Are they ready? I don't know. Green Bay, who probably is the logical pick to dethrone Detroit to take this division. But when you're looking at long shots, you look at the roster, you look at the head coach, and if J.J. McCarthy can just be a bus driver, I think this team wins 9 or 10 games. If he sucks well, they're going to win 5 or 6, which is why Bocephus said if he's going to take the under, he's going to take the under, the alternative under. I 100% agree with that. So we kind of agree in a way, and although we're going to be on different sides, because he agrees with me that if I do buy into JJ McCarthy in this offense with this coach, I'm taking the all over. I'm going to put them at over 10.5 wins. Or well, their over under is 8.5, so I guess I don't even have to go that high. I could just go over 9.5 and probably get a nice juicy number there on the over. And remember, you can sprinkle those. So like if you agree with Bocephus and you like the under, you can put like whatever your normal unit is. You can do 50% on the under 8.5, 50% on under 6.5 at a real juicy number. Same way the other way. I could take 50% of my unit on over 8.5. I could do 50% on over 9.5 at a juicy number. So these are all the ways that you can attack it, and these are all the things that we explain at FGH and all the venues that we come to that are all scrolling there on the bottom of the page. So no matter how you need to get to us, you can find us. I promise you. Let's go on to the other topic, which is okay. Who doesn't get tired of Aaron Rodgers talk? I mean, Aaron Rodgers talk is like what we all want and what we all need. So let's get this one pulled up. No, not that. Hold on.
Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP, walks into this building, the starter, and all them other dudes can take a deep breath and say, okay, we can learn now from Aaron Rodgers. Coach Tomlin should have a smile on his face this morning because now your team has a chance to compete.
What is he fucking wearing?
A couple days ago, your team did not have a chance to compete, but Aaron Rodgers walking into that building, instantly you are a playoff team. You are going to get into the playoffs, and whatever may happen in those playoffs may happen. But I believe Aaron Rodgers still has a lot of good football left in him. At a really good level. I mean, you look at him last year, 28 touchdown passes, almost 4,000 yards passed, and I think he has a lot of good football left in him. I think this relationship with him and Coach Tomlin is going to be phenomenal. Aaron used to talk about Coach Tomlin all the time. He respects the heck out of Coach Tomlin. I think this is going to be a really good fit when you talk about coach to quarterback. I think it's going to be really good. I'm excited for the Steelers, man, for the Steelers to have a chance to go out there and compete with Aaron Rodgers. And
you've earned this, so hold it up high. You handle chaos with composure.
All right, so he's excited. He likes the prospects of it. So let's dive into what we think about it here at FGH. If I remember right, Bocephus graded this as Aaron Rodgers was going to be there, and he used a comp that would have made sense. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think that he was leaning on he's tired of taking the under on Pittsburgh because he always loses it because Tomlin and this Steelers team always finds a way to win, 9-10 games and fuck everybody real good that thinks they're not going to be good. This is what they do. Now, Aaron Rodgers on this team, fuck, man, like it really just comes down to, do you think that Aaron Rodgers can just be a normal quarterback? Now, he is 2 years now removed from the Achilles. So I have to keep that under consideration that he that last year wasn't exactly what the best of what we're going to see from Aaron Rodgers. He rushed back from it, rehabbed really fast. Were there lingering effects into that season? We saw that he couldn't escape pocket and couldn't make plays outside of structure like we've grown to know from Aaron Rodgers. Man, can any of that come back? Not likely, honestly, at his age. It's just not likely to come back. Can he surprise us? Sure, he can surprise us. Now, the weapons are – I have questions. Okay, it's just I have questions about the weapons. Like, obviously, they traded for DK Metcalf. That's great. They signed Robert Woods from Houston. I mean, what does he have left? I don't know. He was buried on the Houston depth chart. Again, they had good receivers, but even when they started getting hurt, like, did we see a lot of Robert Woods? No, we didn't. Like, so I don't know. Now, Roman Wilson, I'm really excited to see Roman Wilson, a third-round draft pick out of Michigan. They drafted in 2024, who got hurt and missed all of last year. So it's kind of like a free third-round pick, wide receiver prospect that you have coming in this year. And maybe this could be the best offensive line that Pittsburgh's had in a long time. Now, that's assuming that Broderick Jones, who's flipping back to left tackle, he was a disaster at right tackle. Will this switch back to left tackle help him? Troy Fontenot moving to right tackle kind of feels a natural spot for him. And, of course, Zach Frazier, who they drafted in the second round last year, was a fucking beast at center. I expect his trajectory to be just straight up. Love that dude. And then Mason McCormick, who they also took in the fourth round of last year's draft, showed a lot of promise as a rookie. So we'll see what he can, if his trajectory is the same as Zach Frazier. And Isaac Salamalu, just been a steady guard for a very long time in this league. So it has the makings of at least a baseline average offensive line, which is all you need to be a good offense in the NFL. And then you go to defense. We obviously know that it's Detroit, or excuse me, it's Pittsburgh. They spend all their resources on defense. It's just what they do. I'm actually surprised that they took Caleb Johnson, the running back out of Iowa, in the third round. That's surprising for them. They usually don't spend, draft capital and free agency alike on players on offense. But they drafted Derek Harmon in the first round to go along with that already impressive defensive front. I love Derek Harmon. I love what he brings to the table. My comp for him was Chris Jones of the Chiefs, a DT/DN. He's big enough where he can play that power DN and even get around the edge sometimes, even at his size against a tackle. But he's explosive and quick enough on the inside that he's going to give guards and centers all kinds of problems just with his quickness, let alone his power. So just fucking love that pick, love that player. And then it's Pittsburgh's defense, man. We know what they are on defense. If you're going to poke holes in their defense, it's in the secondary. They did bring in Darius Slay to help out on that back end. He's getting older. We'll see what he has left. But man, how do you go under? Like, how do you, like, now that they've officially gotten Aaron Rodgers, which we know it was going to happen the whole time, but now they officially got him. How do you go under? How do you do it? So for me, and we'll see what Bocephus has to say about it. For me, it's probably going to be a no play. I won't take the under for sure. Do I have the balls to take the over? I don't know. Probably not. But again, we're in June, so stay tuned to the August FGH previews of the upcoming season. We'll do official record predictions when that gets closer, and we'll see what the final numbers come out to be. And again, Bocephus and I do it different ways. He'll have his projection numbers and predictions all the way through the Super Bowl. I'll have my division winners, record predictions for every team all the way to the Super Bowl. So looking forward to that in August. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to any of the social medias that you see scrolling down the bottom to connect with us. So I guess that's going to be it for this one. Talked about Frank Ragnow and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and of course the Minnesota debate that we're going to continue as the season goes along. I cannot wait to continue that and see who's right. And maybe, technically one of us has to be right. So I won't brag too much when it's me. And I wish I could say the same for my partner, Bocephus, but he will absolutely fucking rub it in my dick when he is right on the Minnesota Vikings for sure. So, again, we're the only live streaming FGH football handicapping podcast in the world. So, these are open chats. If you want to jump in and connect with us, you absolutely can. You just have to request on the comments page. Hey, I don't like what you're saying. I know more than you do. You dumbass. You don't know shit. I'm fully on board with that. Jump in. Let's have a discussion and at least tell me in my face that I don't know shit. You can at least give me the common courtesy to say, hey, Longhorn, you don't know shit, and this is why. And you better come with it because this is FGH After Dark. we've had some beers, and we will come back at you for sure. So you better know your shit when you come in here to the FGH live streams. So that's going to do it for me. So for both Sivas, I am Longhorn. No matter how you find us, when you think about betting on football, think FGH.